More Waza Craft madness from Boss!
So, on the table we have, I was going to say reissues, but...
They're not reissues.
They're not reissued. Well, you were saying they're not reissues.
They're redos, because essentially a few years ago Boss were like, no, we will never do a reissue. And then they sort of realised that everyone was like, you know, people really like some of our old stuff. So the way they got around making a reissue is they do redos.
Is that Boss language?
Yeah,
redos?
Well, whatever. Waza Craft is...
But they're reissues.
They're not reissues. They're not reissues. Because they're new. They are redos of an old pedal, often because they always have this little switch here, which normally has like a standard mode and then like a modern mode. It's normally like standard and custom. I think it's standard and custom on this, yeah. So the standard would be like the original and the custom would be the redo of it. So they've had a look at the original pedal, taken what everyone loves about the original pedal, and they've made it.
And they've redone it.
And they've redone it.
So starting with this one, this was what? This was discontinued in the 80s?
Oh yeah, so the Dimension C, what a totally swag pedal. The Dimension C was a really cool, like, three-dimensional chorus pedal that operated off of buttons. And you know, if that wasn't cool enough, it's mauve, which is definitely the ultimate colour.
I can see you'd like that colour.
It's very, very cool. But yeah, they discontinued it in the 80s. It sort of fell to the wayside of just how popular the normal chorus was, the chorus ensemble and the super chorus. So yeah, they didn't need all that many choruses in their lineup. But yeah, the DC-2W, what an absolutely great sounding pedal. To be honest, the originals, they go for like over 300 quid on
Very
on
sought
eBay.
after, yeah.
Exactly. So now you can pick one up for £200 thanks to Boss Waza Craft. And they've made a few customizations. Like originally you could only have, like, if you pressed button 2, it would turn off button 1. Whereas now you can have any 2 parameters running at the same time to sort of enhance it.
Cool.
And on this, they haven't gone for a standard custom mode. They've put the SDD-320, which was a rack version of this effect. It sounded a bit different. I mean, that's like the rack version of this is super 80s. Like Guy Pratt, the current bass player in Pink Floyd, he was saying, like, in the 80s when he was doing session work, all he used to bring to his sessions was an SDD-320 chorus rack and his headless Steinberger bass. I can't think of anything more 80s than that. But yeah, this is like rich.
Have you played the original from the 80s?
No, actually, I don't think I've ever plugged one in. But this sounds wicked. Yeah. This is absolute sort of flamboyant chorus.
And...
and the Metal Zone.
The good old Metal Zone.
So the Metal Zone's still in production, the MT-2, the standard version of this pedal. It's been in production, one of the longest running Boss pedals, the MT-2. Yeah, in production for absolute donkeys.
And one of the most featured on the internet.
And one of the best-selling, if not the best-selling Boss stomp box.
That's weird.
Well, isn't it? Because it picks, the MT-2 picks up as much negative press as it
does. Yeah, it gets a lot of slack.
It gets a lot of memeing. It gets a lot of memeing because it's that metal sound, that scooped mids, and you either want your mids scooped or you think that sounds stupid. So, you know, and for that reason, it you know, yes, it got.
You just get lost if you play one of these within a band. You just disappear.
Well, no, because it was perfect for metal. If you played it outside of what it was intended for, like, you couldn't play a Rainbow Machine
anywhere.
Like, it's the same thing. It's just people didn't know necessarily. The criticism of this pedal came from people not knowing how to use it, and the reason they didn't is because it has a parametric EQ, which was incredibly broad, and by making it so broad, it meant the tiniest sort of adjustment would drastically change everything. So it became quite difficult to dial things in. So for this, they have reduced the dynamic range of the EQ, so basically meaning more of it is usable, and then introduced this custom mode, which just has so much depth and it is like super applicable outside of just being sort of a metal sound. It's actually a fantastic sort of super fuzzy distortion, and is like suitable across the board. Like one Alderete was demoing this with his fretless bass, and it sounded whole wicked. So it's now like a really broad usable drive tool. So that was the Boss Waza Craft Metal Zone and Dimension Chorus pedals. What did you think? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you want to see more videos just like this one, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we shall see you very soon.